Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding to this video or any other videos that I posted in the past. If you have any videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. For most people, a fried rice never quite considered to be a complete meal, and I feel the same way as well. And quite often you need something else to go with a fried rice, and I've been always looking for what is the best complement to make a fried rice a complete meal, as well as to fulfill the nutritional requirement for a good meal. So one thing I discovered is that I can blanch some vegetables. In fact, blanching vegetable gives the vegetable a unique flavor that is very different from stir-frying. However, blanching vegetable, it is the best is to blanch different kinds of vegetables. So you will have a collection of vegetables to choose from. So in this case, I decided I'm going to blanch a collection of vegetables that include Brussels sprouts, a green bean, as well as a Chinese baby bok choy. Now the challenge of this is that the ingredients of this vegetable will require slightly different cooking time. For example, Brussels sprouts will require longer cooking time because their fiber structure. Green beans is probably the second in terms of the amount of time that's needed to cook them to the texture that I want. And then, of course, baby bok choy is the one probably cooked the fastest, so it required the least amount of cooking time. Now in this video, I'm going to use my Hestan wok. This is the titanium wok that I have been introduced to you earlier in a previous video. And it works really well. And I thought I would use this as a demonstration for this particular dish. Now this type of blanching I frequently refer to as sequential blanching. In other words, you were blanching one set of ingredients based on the amount of time, and then you blanch the next set, and then you add on to it. So the end result is that by the time when you finish blanching all of them, they will be all done to the texture that you want. Now blanching is different from stir-frying. And for people who are worried about consuming too much cooking oil, then blanching is definitely a good alternative. To stop the blanching, I would transfer all the vegetables to a container of cold water that will stop them from cooking. Now, one thing I do really like about blanching is that it makes the vegetables color more vivid. As you can see in here, it makes the vegetable more green. And that bright greens are probably a reflection of the wonderful nutritional value that you find in these vegetables. It will take some practice to figure out how long you want to blanch the vegetables. But once you got it figured out, you can achieve perfection. I drop off the wok and I heat it up, and now I'm ready to use the same wok to make fried rice. The wonderful thing about the Hestan wok is that its surface is very sturdy. In fact, you can use metal spatula without causing any scratching. From that standpoint, the titanium surface provides the hardness for the wok to withstand any type of metal utensil, which is a great advantage, and it also makes the wok extremely durable. The next step is that I'm going to fry some egg. I'm going to use about 4 eggs to make this fried rice. Again, the amount of egg that you want to use is pretty much up to you. I season the wok with my spot seasoning method, so the end result is that the egg will not stick to the surface of this wok. And this wok is very easy to season. I have no problem in creating a non-stick cooked surface that to prevent anything from sticking. Over the years, I have used many different woks. Woks that's very inexpensive with different materials. I've used carbon steel wok, and I have also used stainless steel wok. And my conclusion is that I much prefer stainless steel wok simply because they do not rust. My everyday stainless steel wok is a Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok, which is the low-end stainless steel wok. However, this one is the high-end stainless steel wok. This wok is very different, but this wok is extremely well built. So for individuals who would like to have a wok that is well built, this might be the wok you can select. Now it's expensive, but if you use it every single day, then it's just really not bad at all. And ultimately, I think the importance is that to choose something that you feel comfortable. And next, I'm going to start to cook some fried rice. And the first step is that I add some rice that I have cooked a couple of days ago. And this rice is a jasmine rice. And important for a fried rice that if you want to make sure that it do not stick to the bottom surface of the wok, and also to break up the wok into individual kernels, is to make sure you leave in the refrigerator for at least 24 and preferably more than 48 hours. Now this fried rice, actually, I have left it only for 24 hours. It is more sticky than what I would like. I use this hamburger meat masher to initially break it up into small chunks. And then I use this potato masher, which turned out to be excellent for breaking up the rice into individual kernels. Now this is a good demonstration of that the rice do not break up as much as I would like, simply because I have not stored this rice in the refrigerator long enough to let it dry out. The other factor that might also affect the nature as well as the texture of the rice is that how much water that you put in initially when you cook this rice. If the rice is moist to start out, you will find that it is more difficult to be broken up. Now the rice is good enough. I have decided that I'm going to let it be as it is. The next step is to add some broccoli stem. Now broccoli stem turn out to be really great for making fried rice because of their texture. A lot of time in the past, I would throw away the broccoli stem. Then I discovered that broccoli stem actually work very well in fried rice. Now broccoli stem tend to be fibrous. However, if you cut it up into small pieces, in this case I put it into my manual food processor, which I cut it up into tiny bits. And this is very easy to cook. A lot of time, appearance of a dish is very important to me. So in this case, I add a combination of some red cabbage as well as some red pepper. Now again, I use my manual food processor to chop them up into small pieces so they can fit well into the fried rice. The addition of these two items will really give color to the fried rice. As we always said, whatever looks good, most likely going to taste good to us. And so you can use whatever you have available in your advanced prepping. Now in this case, my cabbage that I have already cut up into small pieces. Red cabbage has an excellent shelf life. You can store it cut up in the refrigerator for up to 4 to 5 weeks. So quite often I would just pick a few and put it into my manual food processor and chop it up. And that red pepper, it turned out to be that I have some around. And again, it is very easy for me to put them together. Next, I season the fried rice with my wok with tart basic seasoning mix. This is an excellent way to season actually any dishes, particularly fried rice. The wok with tart basic seasoning mix will not mask the natural flavor of the food ingredients. Instead, it will add umami flavor to the dish. And the nature of umami flavor is that to enhance the natural flavor of the food ingredients. And the best thing to flavor your dish is to go along with the natural flavor. To find out what is the best way to enhance what is natural, because that is something we're going to enjoy most. A lot of time, if you look at dishes that are overwhelmed by too much seasoning agent, you cut out the natural flavor of the food ingredients. In fact, that quite often make it less satisfactory. So when you are cook, always think about what the natural flavor is going to be. And in this case, we have a number of natural flavor that will be in this dish. This including the broccoli, which will give great flavor, the purple cabbage, as well as the pepper. And of course, the egg will provide its own flavor. So in this case, it is very simple. The best way is to use the wok with tart basic seasoning mix by adding umami flavor to the dish. It is more likely to you to taste the natural flavor of this food ingredients much better than otherwise. Over the years, the more I cook, the more I enjoy natural flavor of food ingredients, the less likely that I'm going to use salt, soy sauce, or any seasoning agent that imparts strong flavor to a dish. And when you use this approach, I think you will find you will enjoy your food more. And at the same time, you will feel far more satisfactory. And the end result is that you're going to consume less food and you will consume less calories. And quite often, the theory has been for people who tend to overeat is because the fact that they do not have the ability or they do not have the opportunity to taste the natural flavor of the food ingredients, which usually is a representation of the nutrition quality of the food. And that is a principle known as nutritional wisdom, means that we naturally hunger for food that provide us with great natural flavor because those food contain the nutritional ingredients that we are looking for in our body. And this is the reason why when you eat food with simple flavor, such as extensive sweetness or saltiness, you tend to eat more because you keep looking for the natural flavor that you would like to have in your food. The final step is that I took the blanch vegetable that I have blanched earlier and I put it together with the fried rice. I put it on the other side of the fried rice. Now the blanched vegetable, you will find they taste surprisingly good because of the freshness of the vegetable, and you will feel great from eating it as well. And of course, they provide a beautiful color presentation to the dish. But more importantly is that this vegetable mix contains 3 different kinds of vegetables. It contains baby bok choy, green bean, and Brussels sprout. And together, they provide a complexity of flavor as well as texture I think you will really enjoy. Again, advanced prepping is always helpful. In my case, I always have advanced prepping of scallions on hand. These scallions are cut into strips, and they actually have a good shelf life. I can keep them for up to 2 weeks, and I'm able to now use them to garnish the dish. It will provide some onion flavor to this fried rice as well as to the scallion. Using different type of natural flavoring agent is really the key. Last but not the least, I'm going to garnish it slightly with a little bit of oyster sauce. Okay, here is the presentation. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine with my fast cooking system. When you use flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking, it will help you to make home cooking practical, efficient, creative, and fun. And if you'd like to learn more about this cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Keep on cooking, and I will see you tomorrow.